This bag of death from McDonald's.
Stay away from my salt shaker, stay away from my soda, out of my refrigerator, and don't touch my nuggets.
Kind of makes you want to throw up.
I can only out of my face. I can only out of my face.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Cranky Boys.
And we're back.
How about that? And I still don't want anybody touching my nuggets.
Well, and well said. I
Thank
will
you.
not touch your nuggets today. After a small hiatus of several years,
Yeah.
the demand is almost swelling.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, all right. The Cranky Boys are returning. Well, look, we're into, when we record this, almost to the Iowa caucuses.
Yeah.
We're stuck with another, 11 months of Obama.
11 long months.
How bad can he screw us in
Yeah,
11 months?
man.
You know, I mean, at this point, I'm happy to screw for like 7 minutes, but he's got 11 months to do it to us.
11. It's scary.
It is. So we thought, well, let's bring back the Cranky Boys.
Yeah, we'll provide some hope.
And exactly.
There's hope for the future, Jay.
Exactly. And perhaps down the road, some directions for anarchy or, people in the streets, whatever needs to happen.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, and by the way, if you are I hate to use the word fan, but if you're accepting of the Cranky Boys, perhaps you'd like to support us. And we'll be telling you how you can do that through Steve Wee Productions. But by the way, thank you to Steve, young
Yes.
and old, who let us do this here in their vast studios. And by the way, what a lovely new set we have.
Isn't this incredible? I've never seen such a thing.
Well, I hadn't either.
The weeds have spared no expense.
And as you see, we're in a much plusher kind of situation than I think. We haven't been on in like 4 years.
It's been a long time.
It has, and yet you and I. There we go. There's the
Oh,
new
look
set.
at that.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Yes, lots of money invested on that. So
Really
we thank them
uptown.
for it. Yeah. But we're back after 4 years. And for those who might be new to the Cranky Boys, who have not followed us most of their adult life, we've got a little bit of highlight stuff that the folks here at Steve Wee Productions have saved from, quote, the old days.
It's hard to believe that that's actually been vaulted all this time.
Yeah, that nobody just bothered to erase it all off the hard drive. But anyway, here's just a little bit of what we used to do. It appears that things have gotten so bad for Obama. Now, you wouldn't know that from watching Katie Couric, but even Jimmy Carter is happy with the bad numbers that Obama's gotten, is less than a positive response from the public. Pop this up. Poor Jimmy here is now even able to sit at home in peanut land and think to himself, they can't call me the worst president anymore. Signed, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy thought he'd never live to see the day.
Yeah.
Tanya was attending a youth football game and decided to show the boys the tatas, Jay.
Oh, my goodness. You mean she wasn't showing us some kind of brilliant move on the field?
No,
I see.
No,
And you know what? What I love is that I believe the president, the dictator, the El Presidente, that we really only have to rape the hell out of the rich. Anyway, we must now leave you from yet another edition of
The Cranky Boys!
Okay, not exactly Hall of Fame stuff, right?
No, but I impress myself.
You always do. You always do. Well, listen. Let's kind of give folks an idea of what we deal with here. Excuse me. As we mentioned, the election's coming up. The Republicans are beating on each other, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But who is the savior of the Democratic Party?
That would be Hillary, wouldn't it, Jay?
Hillary Clinton, right there. And look, yep, couldn't be more rock solid, not confused. It's like emails. What emails? Let people die in Benghazi? What the hell are these people talking about?
At this point in time, what difference does it make?
As she said, I think, did she say when she had those bizarre glasses on, it looked like they were like stepped down, they were an inch thick?
I believe so. I believe she did. Yeah, it's a strange situation. It's a possibility that as the election day nears, she might be indicted.
Oh, that would be a real shame. Although I can't envision this because you got Obama, you got that Lynch broad running the DOJ. And she's the anointed choice of the party. So.
Yeah, absolutely. She probably won't be indicted, although she should. And there's rumblings that if she isn't indicted, then there's going to be a mass uproar at the FBI.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are pros trying to figure out
Yeah.
what the heck. Look at, I mean, didn't they do this to Petraeus?
I believe they did.
He let a
yeah.
girlfriend look at his stuff, and I'm not talking about that. And they nailed him pretty good.
Yeah.
And this gal is, well, she's
Ran
totally
him
off.
right out of town.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of odd that happened. Well, she's on the road, Al. Trying to score some points. By the way, she's probably going to get her butt whipped in Iowa and New Hampshire from the resident communist in the party, Bernie.
She'll feel the burn.
Exactly. And way she hasn't since Bill was trying to fiddle around with her in Arkansas in '92. But that's a whole other issue. All right, let us roll. This is a little bit of it. She was at some get-together, I think in Iowa, loaded with crazy Mexicans who are pissed off. And
Well, you can't blame them.
No, absolutely. They don't have enough welfare benefits.
Hillary's there to help.
Exactly. Well, some gal in the audience asked her about her white privilege.
I think it is hard when you're swimming in the ocean to know exactly what's happening around you so much as it is when you're standing on the shore, perhaps watching. For me, look, I was born white, middle class, in the middle of America. I went to good public schools. I had a very strong, supportive family. I had a lot of great experiences growing up. I went to a wonderful college. I went to law school. I never really knew what was or wasn't part of the privilege. I just knew that I was a lucky person.
Just makes me nuts.
Yeah, it makes me sick.
Right.
It's absurd.
It's another reason now to take our money
Yeah.
and redistribute it.
Exactly. That's what this is all about. In other words, what she's doing is buying votes.
Exactly.
That's all she wants to do. That's all they want to do in the Democratic Party. The liberals of the world want to redistribute our wealth, and in the meantime, put their paw out and grab a little bit of it for themselves too.
Just one for me, two
Yeah.
for you. Absolutely. And the whole audience was stacked with what sure looked like Hispanic folks.
Yeah.
And God bless them. I mean, how would we have farming in the North Country if we didn't have Hispanic folks? But,
Well, that's what they say anyway.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be any farming
yeah.
anymore.
But if she was being honest, she'd go, "Look, this is total crap."
Yeah.
Yeah. There's any more white privilege you can have white folks who've suffered, black folks who suffer. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
White privilege, baloney. All right, let us maybe switch gears to the
Please.
Republicans. I
Yes.
should say the Republicans. All right, obviously this is the man who's leading the charge right now, Donald. Some people don't get him. Most establishment Republicans hate him.
Oh, they do, absolutely. They're scared to death of this man.
Right, because he first of all, when they tried to knock him off back in summertime, he said we shouldn't let the Mexicans in, build a wall.
Right.
Well, they thought we're going to pull all your money, and he goes, "Well, screw you.
Yeah.
I got more money.
I've got
than
my
you."
own money.
Exactly.
I don't want your money.
Then it was keep the Muslims out. I mean, he's talking about stuff that you and I would have a conversation about, or a lot of people would, but
Sure.
we wouldn't necessarily say it in public,
Right.
right? That would be wrong. But
Yeah.
he's saying it, and people are loving him for it.
Of course, he tells it like it is, and the politicians, the elites in Washington, they don't know what to make of it. They don't get it. They don't get the people of the United States of America,
Yeah.
period. And that's why Donald Trump is where he's at today.
Yeah, I know it baffles that. The Karl Roves and all the Ed Rollins and all the usual pundits. They go, "This can't be right. It should be Jeb." Right? By
Well,
this
of
point.
course, yeah.
Oh my God! So, can we see I like to call him the loser here on the Republican side. This would be Jeb, and he's oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell
Yeah.
am I doing here? What's this in my hand? He looks like a floppy piece of old lady flesh. I'm sorry, he just does.
His time has come and gone,
Yeah.
all right? He did a fine job as governor of Florida. We don't need a Bush for president. We don't need a Clinton for president. We don't need a Kennedy for president. There's certain, we don't need a Romney for president. There are certain political dynasties in this country that simply need to go away, retire to your little islands and have fun, and leave the rest of us alone.
Exactly. This guy, all he would do is give us more of, well, we need to go across the aisle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah.
We need to be like Democrats, and as we're not going across the aisle, you people are going to have to come our way.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. This whole concept of compromising with the Democrats means one thing: giving them their own way.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what.
Yeah.
That's compromise in the Republican dictionary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the definition.
Well, El Presidente was doing a State of the Union last night.
Oh, boy.
And as King of America, he was saying how the politics have to change. We have to be, basically, we have to compromise to get things done. And as you just said, compromise means you agree with me.
Exactly, yeah. Now, let me tell you something about that State of the Union message last night, Jay. The best thing about it, it was his last one.
Exactly.
That was the best thing about it.
Yep. We got to deal with him for a few more months. This is what scares me.
Oh,
We
this
got
is
a few
very
more months,
scary, yeah.
Right. And he's off the reservations. I'm going to let the Mexicans in. I'm going to let the Muslims in. I don't care what the Congress wants. I'm just going to do it.
Exactly.
So he's a dangerous young feller there. But as you mentioned, the high point is this is the last one.
He's gone after this year.
Although
we
I-
hope. Although, you don't know that he's actually going to go away.
Right.
He could pull some trick out of his hat, and all of a sudden he's president for life.
Oh, yeah.
That's his goal, I'm sure.
I think he wants to be king of the world. He wants to run
Exactly.
the UN.
Yeah. The picture of him with the crown, that was appropriate. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that summed it all up. That is Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah. I think you're right. If let's say Trump wins or Cruz wins the presidency, I mean, I would see they would have to drag him kicking and screaming out of the White House.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Any excuse he could have to come up with a reason for martial law, and it's in there.
Sure. They've already put that. I'm now, of course, at a loss for exactly what they did, but they put legislation into effect that it was like, well, if something happens, we can send out the National Guard and we can kind of slow things down.
And let's not forget, the enemy is normal America.
Exactly. Exactly. We want to take the guns away from real, live, God-fearing, clear-thinking Americans.
Exactly.
So that we can let the thugs and the lowlifes on the street have their stolen
Exactly.
guns.
Yeah.
And the Muslims. Let's not forget San Bernardino.
Of course.
Legally purchased guns.
Of course.
I might add.
Yeah.
Given to the crazies. All right. Well, listen, we're getting towards the end. This is kind of an abbreviated version here because we want to just get it out and say, hey, we're back, and there's lots more coming down the road. But again, if you're
Kind of tease the world.
I haven't teased
think that's
anybody in a
what we're
long
doing,
time, but
isn't
there
it?
you go. Yeah. So listen, if you're interested in supporting us,
Please.
the folks at Steve Weed Productions can help you out, and you can go to their website and I'm sure contact them, and they would be happy to talk to you about supporting the new version 2.0 of the Cranky Boys, if you will. So before we wrap this up, I thought about this the other. You and I are probably huge fans of Sean Penn.
Oh, of course.
Right.
I've seen everything he's ever done.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But he was down in Mexico,
Right.
talking with the billionaire drug lord / killer El Chapo,
Chapo.
doing a Rolling Stone magazine article, in theory. And so he bails. He gets done with his article, and the Mexican army swoops in, has a gunfight. And they get El Chapo, they arrest El Chapo.
Yeah, and during that gunfight, El Chapo's compadres were dropping like flies. Apparently, he saw the writing on the wall and said, "Oh, hey, never mind, boys. Here I am."
Yeah, I'm coming out. But we bring this up because, as we have just said, we're huge fans of Sean Penn.
Of course.
But Sean is
Spicoli? Wasn't he Spicoli or
in
something?
Fast
like
Times
that?
at Ridgemont
Yes,
High.
yes,
Exactly.
I don't think I've seen anything since then. I don't know.
I would say this: watch him as soon as you possibly can, because it's likely someone will shoot him on the street in Los Angeles.
Wouldn't want to be living in his boots right now.
Truly, dead man walking.
Yeah.
Is Sean Penn. So, Sean, thanks so much. You got El Chapo captured, and you may be out of our cinematic life very soon. God, it's like a twin win, isn't it? It's the best ever. So, well, listen, we appreciate you watching. We are the Cranky Boys, Mr.
Yes.
Waltz.
And Mr. Donovan.
And we shall be back with you, hopefully, as we go down the road here and get closer to the election with our own totally unbiased and insanely balanced
Yeah, of course.
opinion on things.
Yeah.
So, again, thanks so much from the Cranky Boys.
And as El Chapo would say, adios.